Hey guys, welcome back. I've got Squilliam here with me, and we're here to talk to you about fire safety when it comes to keeping ball pythons. And Squilliam's trying to get away. So recently on Instagram, I saw a post from AK Morphs, a breeder who's working on some great stuff. If you guys don't follow her, go ahead and give her a follow there on Instagram. She's working on some cool stuff with Twister and other genes that are lesser known and up and coming. Looking at a post, and I saw a picture of a fried thermostat. It looked like a Freedom Breeder thermostat is what it ended up being. And it was completely bulged in the back, charred, melted, and post essentially stated that luckily they caught it in time, there was no fire, and they had reached out to Freedom Breeder about the incident to see what their response would be to it, essentially. I had talked to Anna from AK Morphs, and she had said that basically Freedom Breeder was saying it wasn't their fault, and they were going to replace the unit, though, to kind of make up for the incident. Now, whether they were doing that because she has a big following or not, I'm not sure. I haven't talked to Freedom Breeder myself, so I can't make that determination. At least they replaced the thermostat, but still placing blame on AK Morphs without actually seeing the unit or doing any investigation to my knowledge. After seeing this, it got me to thinking of how I could protect my reptile room, my animals, and for me, my reptile room is in my home, so I wanted to do some research on potential ways that I can protect myself from a fire, an electrical fire. And I came across an item, and funny enough, I had one sitting in my drawer. It had come from my homeowner's insurance company because I have State Farm, and it's called Ting, T-I-N-G. And it is a plug-in device that you plug in, connect it to your phone via Bluetooth, set it up through your home's Wi-Fi system, and let it do its thing. And it will essentially monitor your AC current in your house and look for any issues that may indicate you're having arcs, which is electricity jumping over an open space from one conductor to another, and it creates a crazy amount of heat, which typically starts electrical fires. So this device will look for arcs in the electrical system, and it will give you alerts if it does discover something, along with suggestions on how to fix it. There are devices out there that are almost, by the description, sound like a ground fault interrupter or a GCFI, but they work much quicker to where if they detect a change in the amount of current going to an item that you have plugged into, it will cut power to it. I do not know how these work, as I said, and I have not tested them. I have some skepticism on how it will work, especially if you're using a thermostat, because that pulse proportional or the on-off is constantly changing current. So I don't know that it would work in that situation. The other thing is, I'd say I have invested in Nest. I'm a very Google-based person, so I don't know if Apple has a comparable option, but Google owns Nest. I invested in Nest fire alarms, and I have them in my reptile room, and these will also alert me on my phone if there is an issue. The other thing with those that is nice is if you have the battery-powered one or the wired one, they will connect with each other over Wi-Fi, and they will even alert you if another smoke alarm goes off in the house, be any kind, whether it's a Nest or just a battery-powered, non-smart fire or smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, any of those. If it hears those going off, it will sound and give you an alert. The other nice thing they throw in with these is they have a motion light that essentially it will light up underneath it with a very dim light to act as a night light as you walk by it. So another feature it has. So ultimately though, these are all devices that are reactionary, so that if there is an issue, these devices are going to react to alert me, but ultimately I need to fix any problems. So you want to make sure your thermostat wires and everything are in good condition. You want to make sure you're not overloading outlets like we all tend to do as reptile keepers. The best thing you can do with those is to get a certified electrician to come in and add as many outlets as you need to your space that you're working in and where you're keeping your reptiles, so that you're not overloading one outlet. I do recommend getting Ting. This will alert you if there's any issues. Another issue I've come across with my house being a little bit older is that the outlets that you plug into, they're very loose, I guess you'd say. You can plug something in, it will kind of fall back out. It doesn't really kind of hold that plug in there. It's not that hard, and it doesn't take that long to have an electrician come out and replace an outlet, because that can in itself lead to a danger. If that plug falls partially out to where it's not secured in there, you could cause arcs between the plug and the outlet, which can start an electrical fire. For me, I am fairly handy. I've gone to school for basic electrical, so I am able to do it myself. If that's something you are capable and certified to do, you'll know it's not that difficult. Just make sure you cut power out to the outlet before you start digging into the wiring, and make sure you test it either with a light indicator or plug in a lamp and make sure the power's truly off before you start putting fingers on it. And then make sure you're using proper PPE, rubber gloves and electrical rated tools, just in case there is a mishap. So the Ting sensor is probably the most exciting thing I have. Like I said, I got it from my insurance company. Ironically, I had it sitting in a drawer for a while because I really didn't understand what it was. But once I started researching this, it came up, and I did more in-depth research on how it works. Essentially, when you plug it in, it'll work for a while in a learning mode to learn how your electricity and your power works in your house on the circuit, and then it will begin to monitor and make suggestions based on that learning period. And a lot of times, from what I've seen on different fix-it-yourself YouTube channels, DIY YouTube channels, some reviews pages, and a lot of the times the problem isn't even on the homeowner, it is on the electrical service provider. So your electric company will have to pay for the repairs potentially. But ultimately, I am usually pretty skeptical about having the insurance company have monitoring services over me, but in the case of this one, it seems pretty mutual. They don't want to pay for a burnt down house, and I don't want my house burning down, so I don't really see any detriment to it. Keep my family and my animals safe, then I want to do that. And finding this, I wanted to share it with you guys. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have any other suggestions on devices you can use for electrical fire. Having an electrical rated fire extinguisher nearby is probably a good. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any other suggestions for folks out there about how to keep their reptile room electrical system safe from causing a house fire or a fire in general. Please consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell so you get notifications when we upload new videos. And keep an eye on our socials, Instagram, Facebook. Follow this YouTube page for first access to hatchlings. We got a couple of cool ones coming up here. Sunset clutch that should be coming out in the next month or so. And then a couple clutches of house snakes that'll have albinos, T positive, T negative, and hypo in them. That being said, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.